Hey there, beauty pros. If you're tired of juggling multiple tools to run your business, it's time to check out Gloss Genius, the all-in-one software designed specifically for salons and spas. Imagine managing bookings, payments, marketing, and team schedules all on one simple platform. Switching to Gloss Genius is effortless thanks to their free data transfer service. They handle the details so you can keep your focus on what you do best. With Gloss Genius, you can control your calendar and maximize your time with features like double booking, wait lists, and automated gap fills. Plus, checkout is quick and classy with a card reader that matches your salon's vibe, making payments easy for both you and your clients. Ready to elevate your business? Click on the link in my show notes and try Gloss Genius today. Trust me, once you make the switch, you'll wonder how you ever managed without it.
Have you ever wondered what the difference, or if there is a difference, between a trim and a haircut? I know. As a stylist, you probably get that question a lot. Can you just do a trim? I mean, it's just a half of an inch. And as a stylist, it drives us insane because, you might think it's the same amount of work. You're cutting the ends of the hair, whether it's a haircut or a trim. But to the client, it might not feel the same.
Welcome to All About Hair, the podcast for anyone who loves the hair industry. I'm your host, Danise Keilitz, a former stylist, educator, and owner of 4 award-winning salons with over 30 years of experience. Whether you're refining your skills or expanding your hair knowledge, you're in the right place. Join me for expert tips, industry insights, and practical advice to help you thrive in the world of hair. This is All About Hair.
So let's think about it in this other point of view. Think about today's economy. Everybody's trying to save money, right? As a stylist, you can see this. People are squeezing. Maybe they're still showing up, but maybe their appointments are further apart, right? Maybe they're putting off getting their hair service done. I just had somebody the other day tell me that, I'm really due for a color, but I don't know if I want to do it before Thanksgiving or before Christmas. So I think I'm going to put it off before Christmas. It happens. Everybody's trying to pinch pennies. Everybody's trying to save money. So maybe as a stylist, you might want to offer a few in-between services. Think about this, okay? We used to offer this in our salon. We used to offer like a partial touch-up or a mini touch-up. What is that? A mini touch-up is when you don't do the whole touch-up. So like me, I need my roots done every 3 weeks. If I had to pay to go to a hair salon to get my roots touched up every 3 weeks, holy smokes. I don't know. I wouldn't want to afford it, whether I could afford it or not. That's what people think. If you have a totally gray-haired person like myself, they're going to have a hard time. So why don't you offer a service, meet them on their level. They come in just as frequently. However, they're getting a mini service. Now you have to put some stipulations on this. So the mini service would only be just the part line around their face and maybe around their hairline in the back. So that way, when they're doing their hair, it looks fresh, but it's not everything. And you really do use about half the hair color. It really takes no time at all. Think about it. You're just doing the hairline, doing around the face, doing hair, right? Half. And you probably have the price point of the service, not at half, but maybe at 65-70% of the full service. That's what the price point would be. The client is saving money. You see them just as frequently. I would put the stipulation that they can only do this one time in between a total touch-up. So that way they're not just getting minis the whole time, right? Because you don't want that either. And you might want to consider maybe a hairline highlights. We used to do that as well, and it really is less than 10 foils. Less than 10 foils, no more. Maybe right around their ears, part line, maybe 4 little foils up by their bangs. It just really makes it so a blonde will still feel blonde. So again, you only want to offer this service one time in between their full-on highlight appointment, but it could be about 65-70% of the cost. Again, it's not going to take you very long to do it. You might want to add a toner in there too, and that would freshen up all their hair, and they really feel like you've done them a favor. But they're also saving money because people still want to come into the salon. So let's talk about the difference between a trim and a haircut. Okay, trim or a dusting or whatever you want to call it. To clients, what they're seeing is that we're just taking off that little tiny bit of hair on the ends. So what's the big deal, right? We know that depending on the density of the hair, you might have to part it a lot. You know, there's things, right? However, you know, and I know this too, that if you're just taking a 1/4 of an inch to maybe a 1/2 an inch off of the ends of their hair, like for me, I have really fine hair. It wouldn't take very much to just cut right at the bottom. Now, a trim, I wouldn't say is taking care of all the layers or anything like that. You are basically just trimming the bottom to make it so they don't get split ends. Again, stipulations on this. I would offer it at, again, I wouldn't say 50%. It depends on your price points. But say your haircut was $50. You could do a trim for maybe $30. It does not include a shampoo, does not include a blowout. You basically just getting them in, combing through, trimming their ends. So they've got a nice, neat, straight haircut for their ends. It gets them by into their next haircut. Only offer this service one time in between their haircuts. A haircut really is an overall shaping. That's when you get in there and do the layers. Or a haircut can be going from a bob to a pixie. That's a haircut too. And you can call your haircuts whatever you want. Maybe you have a regular haircut, a spa haircut, or you have a whole transformational haircut that costs a little bit more, depending on how much time you spend. Because I know a lot of people are pricing their services for amount of time they're spending with their guests, whether it's 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. That's totally up to you. Everybody does it differently these days. But there really are differences between a trim and a haircut. And I know that's controversial. I know that as a stylist, you're probably looking at me like, are you kidding me right now? Keep the definitions like this. A trim, you're only taking between a 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 an inch, maybe an inch, but I would say 1/2 an inch. A haircut, you're going to be removing an inch or more. The time it takes you to do a trim it shouldn't be more than 20 or 30 minutes at the maximum. So maximum, I would say 15 to 20 minutes maximum, because you're just trimming. You're not washing their hair. You're not taking the time to style their hair. It's already dry. You're just trimming the ends. People would love this. And wouldn't you love to see your guests come in more frequently? I really think that you should consider these mini services to get you through. Maybe you don't do it at the holidays because the holidays are booking up. But maybe starting January, you really look at your books, look at how many people are maybe putting off getting their services done. See what you can do to actually brainstorm, how can I get my clients in the door, coming back into our salon more frequently? It's a lot less expensive and a lot less time consuming to get your clients coming back to you than it is to find new clients for your services, okay? So just do a little brainstorming. Don't be mad at me. There is a difference between a trim and a haircut. Maybe offer it, maybe not. I mean, you know your clientele better than I do. But what can you do as a stylist? That I just, think about it. And then as a client, what can you do? What if your stylist doesn't offer this? How about have a conversation with them? how about pointing them to this podcast or this video? Have them take a look at it. But you could just ask your stylist, hey, do you offer this? Hey, would you consider offering this? I really just need the ends of my hair trimmed. I don't need anything else. I don't need a shampoo or anything else. I just feel like I can't get my brush through my hair anymore. And I'll gladly make an appointment for down the line for a full tune-up, if you will. Ask your stylist if maybe they might consider. Because I know as a client, you still want to see your stylist. You might just not be able to afford it in your budget. Consider the ideas. Trim versus a haircut, mini highlights, mini touch-ups. You can really get creative with doing these mini services, and I think they will serve you well into the new year. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for listening. Always remember, when you know better, you do better, and go out and have a great day.
Thanks for tuning in to All About Hair. Here's what I'd love for you to do next. Take a screenshot of this episode and share it on your Instagram stories. Tag me at Danise Keilitz so I can see you're listening. Sharing helps more people discover the podcast. And if you're really enjoying the show, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts. It really helps others find us. Thanks again. I'm Danise Keilitz, and remember, when you know better, you do better. See you next week.